Deadly Delivery just released a new update right before Christmas, the Ice Caves update. With it comes new traps, new rooms, one variation on an old enemy, and one, possibly two, new enemies. So here's your guide to navigating the ice caves. First off, the gimmick of this level is breakable ice. Often the way forward will be covered with icicles. Slapping these or hitting them with a package or object a few times will break them and clear the path. The traps. The tight squeeze. This trap room consists of a low ceiling, narrow walkway on one side, and a floor covered in lava. This room can be easily bypassed by hugging the wall along the narrow walkway. As long as you're moving even slightly towards the wall, you will not slip off. The Cathedral. This room consists of one crystal jump at the very top and a stone walkway through ice spikes at the very bottom. The upper and lower half can be reached via a spiral walkway at one end or some stone platform jumps floating along the edge of the big room. The upper gap can be crossed by sprint jumping between the crystal bridges. There are 3 exits to this room, one at each end of the upper jump and one down below. However, one of the upper exits is often covered by breakable ice. The Lava Pit. This room consists of a massive lava pit with a bridge spanning perpendicular to the paths out. On either side are buttons on the floor, and in the middle is a button on a pedestal. Pressing the button will drop ice spikes from the ceiling for you to jump across, and Krampus will always spawn on the central bridge, as well as 2 doors on either end. You can reach the other side by moving fast after pressing the button. However, as the pillars sink quickly, if you are unsure of your skills, I strongly recommend getting fully across in 2 cycles. Krampus may seem intimidating at first, but he can be easily looped by leading him to either end of the bridge, then running and jumping around him as he pauses to attack. The enemies. Mama Neuter. This neuter is massive, standing about as tall as your goblin. It possesses the same AI as the neuters, meaning it will seek you as soon as you get relatively close to it. Unlike the neuters, Mama Neuter cannot be killed by picking her up and throwing her. However, you can throw one of her 5 neuter kids, a flashlight, the mailbag, or a package at her to damage her. After a couple hits, she'll break apart. Be careful with her, as she does considerably more damage than her children, and can often kill your goblin in about 4 hits. She also takes up much of the width in the tunnels and the ice caves, so don't be afraid to draw her out into a bigger room to deal with her. The Big Red Button. A button that spawns in the dungeon on a pedestal, always with a sign saying no touchy. Don't touch it. The Ice Bomb. This enemy is a clone of the Rolling Bomb, but instead of exploding and damaging you, it freezes all entities within its blast radius. As being frozen does not damage you, this enemy is significantly less dangerous than its red-eyed cousin. If frozen, you'll drop all items. The only danger from this enemy is if he freezes you and then an enemy sees you while frozen, or if the explosion launches you into a lava or spike pit once you thaw. However, this is confirmed to be a bug and will be patched eventually. Tips and tricks for this level. If you're pushing a high quota run, come here as often as you can. If in solo, bring a large mailbag and a flashlight. Otherwise, a flashlight is recommended anyway. Many of the tunnels here you have to crouch to enter, and most enemies cannot follow you, meaning you can easily escape. Don't be afraid to break the ice. Many paths look like parts of the wall, but once cleared out, will provide access to more of the dungeon. If it looks like you're at a dead end, look for some icicles poking out of a hole for the way forward. This dungeon is very linear. There may appear to be multiple branching paths, but usually they all lead to the same place, or terminate quickly in a dead end. There are also numerous doors in this dungeon, so if you find one being guarded by red light, green light, or a seeker, don't be afraid to leave it and run deeper. Odds are you'll find another door within 10 seconds. By the same token, however, do not expect to come out alive. While many monsters can easily be avoided or dealt with in the caves, the linear nature of the dungeon and its sheer size means that to make lots of money, you will have to run deep in, and you won't often have time to run back out. Now good luck in there, Goblin, and just remember, being frozen solid is no excuse for missing deliveries.